It provides $50 billion for rural infrastructure, who have really been left out. The rural folks have been left out, including broadband internet access, which they don't have, and they want it, and the farmers want it.
President Trump speaking of the forgotten men and women that he talked about so much on the campaign, Americans living in rural communities, blue-collar workers who feel ignored or betrayed by politicians. These voters were bedrock for Democrats until recent years. It was 50 years ago that Senator Robert F. Kennedy took a tour across the United States, reaching out and taking on poverty. As USA Today puts it, quote, "What was Kennedy country is Trump country. Children of Kennedy Democrats are Trump Republicans. And for those inspired by RFK in 1968, what should be a happy anniversary is instead an occasion to puzzle a drastic reversal of political fortune." Patrick Kennedy, former Rhode Island congressman and nephew of the late Robert F. Kennedy, joins me now. Good to have you with us tonight, Patrick. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you, Martha.
What goes through your mind as you hear that quote from USA Today?
Well, unfortunately, there are parts of this country that have never seemed to do well, and the people in those parts of the country know when they look at how other Americans are living that they're not keeping pace and that there is something fundamentally unjust and wrong with how this country leaves them behind. The feelings that my Uncle Bobby faced when he visited those areas, hardest hit in every economy, where people felt that they were left out and left behind, are really the same feelings, I think, that President Trump found when he visited those areas. So the one consistency is that the people in those areas have, for good reason, felt that they've been left behind in the pursuit of the American dream.
Yeah. I want to play a soundbite from Hillary Clinton when she was confronted by a coal miner during the campaign that might speak a lot. Let's watch.
I just want to know how you can say you're going to put a lot of coal miners out of jobs and then come in here and tell us how you're going to be our friend.
You know, I don't know how to explain it other than what I said was totally out of context from what I meant, because I have been talking about helping coal country for a very long time.
So there's a disconnect in an area that, as I said, was such a stronghold for Democrats. So I'm interested in your assessment of how Democrats lost this group. And of course, I'm sure they're working hard to get them back. But how do you think they lost them?
Well, I first of all think that my Uncle Robert Kennedy, certainly in the mind's eye of most historians, was someone who could connect with people on a very human level and evoked a kind of spiritual leadership that is so wanting in America today, especially. People found him genuine and his concerns for them and their economic deprivation authentic. And that's what I think connected them so much to Robert Kennedy's America. I think it's crucial in this day and age for us not to have a particular ideology where we say, oh, we'll give you these things and expect you to vote for us, because I don't think in this day and age people vote on those terms. I think they vote in a very real way for who they can connect with on an emotional level. And certainly for Robert Kennedy, people of Appalachia and Indian country certainly connected with Robert Kennedy on an emotional level.
All right. Patrick, thank you very much. Good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you, Martha.